11th Science Chapter 4 Chemical Bonding and Molecular Structure Part 16 Comparison of Relative Stabilities of Homonuclear Diatomic Ions and Hydrogen Bonding. Hello students, I am Madhusina, your chemistry teacher. In this video, we will study and compare the relative stabilities of homonuclear diatomic molecular ions. Let us see. If we need to compare relative stabilities of O2 plus 2 and O2 minus ions. One by one, first of all, we have to find out their bond order. As we already know, higher is the bond order, greater is the bond dissociation enthalpy, and more stable is the molecule. O2 plus 2 means, first of all, forget the charge. O2 molecule means one oxygen is combining with other oxygen atom and the atomic number you know is 8. Plus 2 means there is loss of 2 electrons. Now it's your choice whether you lose both the electron from one oxygen atom or from this oxygen atom, or you equally divide one positive charge. So suppose I am putting one positive charge on this side and one positive charge on this side. So this is also a correct way. Or if I want, I can put both the positive charge on one oxygen atom. That is also correct. Now put down the electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p4 is the electronic configuration of this oxygen atom. For this oxygen atom, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Now this oxygen atom is bearing plus 2 charge. That means the 2 electrons are lost from the valence shell. So it will get lost from this p. So now the configuration here is 2p2. Now put down the orbital, molecular orbital diagram. For one atom on left hand side we will put, for the another atom we will put on the right hand side. So I am putting first of all for this 1s atomic orbital, 2s atomic orbital, and 2p is having 3 suborbitals. So this is 2p. Now for other oxygen atoms, similarly 1s, 2s and 2p is having 3 suborbitals. Now as you know, 1s and 1s of both the atomic orbitals, they will combine to form one BMO and one ABMO. This is sigma bonding 1s, sigma star or anti-bonding 1s. Similarly, 2s will form one bonding and one anti-bonding orbital. Sigma bonding 2s, sigma anti-bonding 2s. Now check, this is oxygen. For oxygen, we are having a different type of electronic configuration. 3 and 3 is going to combine. So total 6 molecular orbitals will be formed. One half will be bonding and one half will be anti-bonding. So for oxygen and fluorine, it is 1:2, 2:1. 1:2. 2 means both are degenerate. 2:1. So we have drawn like this. This is sigma bonding 2pz. This is pi bonding 2px, pi bonding 2py. This is pi anti-bonding 2px, pi anti-bonding 2py, and sigma anti-bonding 2pz. Now after drawing the molecular orbitals, arrange the electrons. Now first of all, we will arrange the electrons on left hand side. 1s is having 2 electrons, all the rules of filling is to be followed here. 4 electrons. So according to Hund's rule, first it is singly occupied before pairing takes place. Now for right hand side, 1s is having 2 electrons, 2s is having 2, 2p is having 2. Now count the total number of electrons. 8 on this side, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6 on this side. So total 14 electrons need to be arranged. Let us start arranging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 11 here, 12th in the next one, because Hund's rule says that electrons are first singly occupied before pairing takes place. So 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So in all 14 electrons only we had to arrange. So we have arranged those 14 electrons. Now let us calculate its bond order. Bond order is equal to half NB minus NA. So count the total number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital. 2 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 minus total number of antibonding electrons. 2 to 4. Only 4. So half into 6. So bond order is 3. And if we talk about its magnetic property, all are paired electrons. So it is dimagnetic in nature. Now let us see about O2 minus 2. O2 minus. Okay. Now same manner. First of all, put down the electronic configuration. Forget the charge. O2 is made up of one oxygen atom and the other oxygen atom. So I am just rubbing. The orbital diagram is going to remain same everywhere. So you have to draw another one. I am just making changes in the same one, but you have to draw another orbital diagram. Let us see now. So here 8 and 8. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Now it is bearing a negative charge. Negative charge means gain of electron. And only one electron is gained. So either you can write negative charge this side or you can use that side. That means the configuration here changes. One electron is gained. So instead of 2p4, now it is 2p5. Now arrange the electrons. On left hand side, we are having 2 in 1s, 2 in 2s, 5 in 2p. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. On the right hand side, we are having 2, 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 in 2p. Now count the total number of electrons. 2 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 electrons you need to arrange now. So arrange it. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17th one. Now calculate its bond order. 1/2 NB minus NA is equal to 1/2 into NB. 2 to 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minus NA. 2 to 4. 5, 6, 7 minus 7. So it is half into 3. That comes to 1.5. If you see the magnetic property, it is paramagnetic in nature because there is a presence of unpaired electron. Now, if you compare the relative stability of O2 plus and O2 minus ion, the bond order of O2 plus was 3. and O2 minus is 1.5. So which one is having higher bond order? O2 plus 2 is having higher bond order. Higher is the bond order, greater is the bond dissociation enthalpy, and hence more stable is the molecule. So this one is more stable and they are having different magnetic properties. O2 plus 2 was diamagnetic in nature and O2 minus is paramagnetic in nature. Same way you can compare other ions also. So put down your homework question. Compare the relative stabilities of N2 plus 2 and O2 plus 2 ions. You have to be careful in drawing the molecular orbital diagrams only, because both of them are having a different molecular orbital configuration, and deduce their magnetic property. The next topic is hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bond is defined as the attractive force which exists between hydrogen atom and most electron negative atoms like oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, etc. So basically it is a strong attractive force between hydrogen atom and highly electron negative elements like oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, etc. This hydrogen bond, right? So this, because it is highly electron negative, assumes a partial negative charge and hydrogen assumes a partial positive charge. So basically hydrogen bond is indicated by a dotted line. This is hydrogen bond. The magnitude of hydrogen bond is highly strong and it depends upon the physical state of the substance. It is very high in the solid state, whereas minimum in gaseous state. Hydrogen bond has a strong influence on the properties and the structure of the compound. There are two types of hydrogen bond. One is intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond is present between the molecules of same or different compounds. For example, we are having a number of HF molecules. This is one molecule, second, third, fourth. Now, between fluorine of this and hydrogen of the other one, there is presence of hydrogen bond. This type of hydrogen bond is known as intermolecular, between two different compounds of the same type or different type. That is called as intermolecular hydrogen bond. The next one is intramolecular hydrogen bond, which is present within the same molecule. For example, orthonitrophenol has intramolecular hydrogen bond. When I draw the structure of this orthonitrophenol, here I am having N double bond O, oxygen here, this is the NO2 group attached here, and ortho position is this O and H attached here. Now you will notice that between the oxygen and hydrogen, this is intramolecular hydrogen bond, which is present within the same molecule only. This is nitro group, this is OH group, and here we are having the dotted line indicates hydrogen bond. So within the same molecule, the presence of attractive force between highly electron negative oxygen and hydrogen is known as intramolecular hydrogen bond.